to another episode of Two Idiots with a Mic.
Woo! That was the best one yet, I think, actually.
Really?
I mean, on my end, it sounded good. Later,
on my end, it sounded different, but
no.
I don't know.
Every time, it's gonna sound different. And each time we're gonna be like, did we say it on time?
Did we say it on time? And then we listen back to it, and it's like not together at all.
Yeah, literally, it will be like 3 minutes afterwards, and we're like, no, it was not.
Also, I really apologize if recording on my end is a little weird. I'm in a different location, and I don't really have a place to sit besides a really creaky stool. And that is at my gaming desk, and I can't sit it on the beanbag chair because that's gonna make noise. And I have another kind of beanbaggy type chair down here that wouldn't work. So you're probably gonna hear the noises of me just pacing around the room.
Oh no, I don't hear anything on my end. It doesn't.
And it might be a little echoey in here as well.
Oh, okay. I mean, on my end, it sounds pretty good, so no need to
Okay,
worry.
so if the recording quality comes out absolutely awful, again, I do apologize. I had to move because my parents decided to come upstairs, and they were being noisy, and so it wouldn't have worked that way. So I hid down in the basement, and this is the only secluded, least echoey room that I have.
Okay, I get that, because my parents do the same thing. If you heard the clicks in the background, that's me trying to work on publishing the episodes onto YouTube, but I'm having trouble, so.
Yes, I'm very sorry about that. I really don't know why YouTube has decided to be such a problem today.
I don't know. It's saying that the format's weird and stuff, but not to distract from the subject of this conversation, but from the previous draft that we created, I think that for this episode we should be talking about our boyfriends.
Which I thought was a fantastic idea, because when I had looked before for an idea before we began recording, which I abruptly ended because my parents decided to come into my room, I found absolutely nothing. There was nothing there at all.
So I came up with the idea that basically, I mean, we could say, I'm going to say my boyfriend's name. I don't know personally if you feel comfortable saying his name.
I might end up saying his name at some point.
By accident.
I might forget. Yeah, I might say it by accident. I'm going to try my best not to say it, but realistically, I know I'm going to end up saying his name.
Yeah, because with me, I'm trying not to as well, but I just know that instantly my brain's oh yeah, my boyfriend. And then, it's
the name.
Yeah. So I think for first, we should talk about how we met them.
I think that's a good starting point.
Who should start first?
You can start first.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to be as fast as I can with this, because
we have a lot to get through.
Yeah, it's complicated. Because I've been in my relationship for about 3 years, and the person I'm dating, I knew them in 6th grade, and for a first impression, literally, I thought that he was the sweetest dude. I'm not even kidding. He is literally one of the kindest people I know. And so I genuinely like hanging around with him. Didn't really talk to him, though, much. I just had him in gym class, and he complimented me once, so I had a crush on him. And at that point, I don't know. I was very lonely, so it really meant a lot to me. So later on, a year later, me and him see each other at Walmart, but I thought he didn't notice me or see me, so I didn't say hi, because I thought, why would he care about me? Because he's imagine the class clown who's popular, but is friends with everybody. That's basically my boyfriend. And so, basically, we saw each other. We later saw each other again in school because we had the same computer class together. And basically, we told each other oh yeah, I saw you, but I was too nervous to say hi. And ever since that computer class, we've talked. And not even a few weeks later, we started dating, and it was 2 days before his birthday. And about a month later, he made me a song for my birthday about me. This boy is so talented. My voice is cracking even talking about him because I'm so happy. But like honestly, he's such a sweetheart. He's one of those people where you can talk to him about anything, and honestly, he'll try to help you. Like, I don't know. I that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to take up most of the time. I'll let you have your turn.
You guys are really cute together. I just like
Thank
to
you.
say that.
No,
Um,
you guys are cute too. You and your boyfriend. Like I almost dropped the name right there. That's why I stuttered for a second. But honestly though, like I know you guys have recently got together and it's not been like super long, but honestly, I could see like both of you are very like cute together because like he was talking a certain way that you do, and I was like, oh, I see why they like fit together because you guys like have a similar vibe.
so I have been with my boyfriend for almost a year now.
I said not so long. It's a year. I'm sorry. To me, a year is like short.
So our anniversary is actually New Year's.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling
Which
me
is really
that.
cute. It technically, yeah, I'm gonna call it New Year's, but so well, because it's kind of complicated just because of like confession versus when we actually decided to start, But whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. So basically, how I met him is that we only had one class together, which was math, and the teacher had happened to sit the two of us next to each other, and our math teacher was having us do origami because she liked pretty things and she wanted us to make pretty things for her.
Okay.
So I am notoriously really bad at origami. Like, horrifically bad. Like, I cannot make a paper airplane. Like, someone will show me like 3 different folds and I will get messed up like after the first fold. It doesn't work out very well for me. So he also said that he was bad at origami, which I've also found out by this point.
Also, that's very cute for an origin. I'm just saying, like that's pretty cute.
So she had put like a tutorial video up on the board, and we're both just trying to figure it out, and I'm kind of talking to myself, kind of just not really narrating what I'm doing, but just kind of going like, oh my goodness, I do not understand this. Like, just kind of talking
out loud
to myself out loud. Yeah. So, he kind of chimed in every so once in a while type of thing. Like, we were kind of talking, but like not really to each other, if that makes sense. But just as we kept kind of doing that, we just kind of more and more, it just turned into like an actual conversation with one another. And as we were trying to do the origami, there was at one point I really fell behind. I'm like, oh my goodness, I did not get whatever that last fold was. Like, I don't understand what just happened. And he leaned over and grabbed mine and did it for me. And then someone else was like, hey, I almost said the name. Like, hey, so-and-so, can you help me with mine? I don't know how to do it. And he said, no.
Ooh, so he already liked you more. Ooh, okay.
He only helped me with it. Now, I'd like to point out that the other person that asked him was a girl.
Ooh, so okay.
Yeah, so he only helped me. So already, I think at this point, I was already kind of like falling hard and fast. Like, head over heels type of thing. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I think I like stifled like a smile right then. So I am taking a lot of time off of this. I'm sorry. Like, there's just like so many like little details which kind of make it cute.
No, honestly, this is really cute. It's a lot more cute than mine. I saw my boyfriend at Walmart, and you're like, we had a cool like moment. It was like crafting pottery together, like in the movie Ghost. Just plays the background music, sensual and everything, and I'm over here like, yeah, we saw a Walmart.
So basically, after that day, I just kind of like had my little crush or whatever.
Yeah.
So then after that, I was really just trying to find any excuse I could to talk to him because we were talking so much that my teacher got mad. And the next day we were not sitting next to each other.
Oh no!
Yeah, so that was sad for me.
Boo that teacher.
No, I love her. It's the math teacher that you have right now.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. I like that teacher. She's really sweet.
I love her. But I mean, she was right to move us. We were talking the whole time. So
I get that.
Basically, I don't remember what I was doing. I think I don't exactly have the timeline right, but there's two different instances. One of which my friend happened to hand me an origami swan and said, "Hey, do you want this? Like, I don't have anything to do with it." And I said, "Sure." And I said, "Hey, it'd be really funny if I handed it to a quote unquote random person."
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
I walked over to him and I handed it to him and I said, "Here's some origami, bye." Because I thought it was kind of funny, like, haha, it's origami. How ironic, right?
Yeah.
So he was just like, "Oh, okay, thanks, bye." Well, and he was sitting at the table. And then again, I don't know if this was before or after the thing that I just said, but I also was in class and we were sitting, like, he was sitting on like the far left side of the classroom and I was sitting on the far right side of the classroom. And I was just drawing, but I was drawing him.
Oh, okay. So it's like the not to say cliche, but it's like that cliche girl boy like from a distance love.
Yeah, and I'm not even
Aw.
kidding when I tell you how cringe this was. I
No, I've
gave it
been
to
there.
him.
Oh, that
And
took a turn.
I told him, I said, "Hey, you can throw this away if you want." I was just bored and it felt weird holding on to a picture of a classmate of mine. So he was just
Oh.
like, "Oh, okay, thanks." So at this point, we were like talking to each other in the hallways, like, because our next class was kind of like near each other. So we would kind of walk with each other in like the hallways. We weren't sitting together at lunch yet or anything, but like that's as far as kind of we had gotten. And I had also established a group chat through text with some of my friends, like, "Oh my goodness, like, oh my gosh, I love this boy." So my friend at the time, she and I were planning how I was going to kind of take it a step forward. And she was taking me to like a Christmas event. And she had convinced me to work up the courage. Once we had started like eating together at lunch, she had convinced me to work up the courage to actually ask him if he wanted to go with us.
Ooh,
And
not to cut you off real quick, but like I have a certain thing that relates to that. But once you're done, I would like to say my romance part because there's something similar that happened with me with that like kind of thing of the courage thing. But
okay.
continue.
So I had asked him and he said, "Oh, I'll have to see. Like, I would love to go. I think I actually have something that day though. But if you want, you can come to my thing." But I thought it was sweet that he didn't just go, "Oh no, I can't go, sorry." But he
But
turned around and invited me to his.
yeah, because he
So
didn't
what I
want you to feel
did,
left out.
yeah, so what I did is that I split up the time and I was at the thing with my friend for half the time and then I went to his thing for the other half of the time. So, the other thing is by this point, he already knew that I liked him. He
Oh.
had that drawing that I had mentioned, he took it home and showed his family
Oh
and said,
no.
"Hey, I think a girl likes me in my class."
Oh my god.
Isn't that great?
It's so cute yet so
His
awkward
family
once you
knew that I liked him before they met me. So when they met me, I'm sure they were already like, "This girl likes our son," you know?
Yeah.
So you can tell your story. I have like more to like my little origin story, but you can go ahead with yours while it's still like relevant.
Um, well, with the mustering up the courage thing, so I, at the same time that I liked my boyfriend, my current, like, you know, the person I'm dating right now,
Mm-hmm.
I also had a crush on another boy. Now, I wasn't sure who I liked more because they were both very sweet and they were similar in certain aspects, but like, I don't know, both of them I had big feelings for. But when I talked to Seth, he really I dropped the name. Well, Seth, if he hears this, he knows that I'm talking about him. Well,
I
me and
mean, if
him.
you already said boyfriend, I feel like he'd be concerned.
Yeah,
You were
no.
talking about some other boyfriend with the exact same
Yeah.
origin
Oh
story.
my god, and the same exact name and everything. Be like, who's the other one?
Who's the other Seth that you
The
did the same
doppelganger.
things with?
Finds out it's his evil twin.
Dun dun dun.
No, but when I was asked, I was talking to him and I was like, "Hey, man," because like we were like best friends at this point, and it was only a few weeks together, like talking as friends. And I was like, "Hey, man, I have this crush. I have a crush on Leland," and he was good friends with him, so that's why I was asking him advice. And yes, I dropped my ex or crush's name. I think I'm pretty sure I just said it.
You did.
But yeah, but anyway, he knows that I liked him back then, so this is nothing awkward. Anyway, the point is, I had a crush on him at that point, and I talked to Seth about it, and I was like, yo, what should I do with this? Like, I like Leland, but I like this other person more. Wink, wink, him.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally apparently did not catch it, because we've talked about this before. Apparently he did not catch it until literally I was like about to confess to him.
Oh.
And that like was like a week later when I confessed to him. And it like for some reason, I don't know why, but I find that so funny because like literally I thought he was gonna deny me immediately. And like,
but he didn't.
I know, like, but like the thing is, literally, I warned him like when we first started dating. I'm like, I'm just gonna warn you, I'm weird. Like, not to sound like cringe, like from Cuphead, be like, oh, I'm weird, you know. But I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty odd because I'm a quiet kid, and I like a lot of people don't really like talk to me. I feel like a decent amount do, but like I'm not like popular, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, okay, I assume he's probably gonna say no because like I view him as like Mr. Popular, class clown, gets along with everybody, like class sweetheart, you know, like everyone loves him. And then there's me, and I'm like the girl who's like behind the bleachers drawing in her journal or something, you know, like
right.
I don't know. I just think I'm very lucky to be able to be dating him personally because like honestly, he is like one of the sweetest people. And I know I keep saying that and I keep like not giving an example, but I don't know. There's just so many to choose from. Like I would be here for hours if I could talking about him.
I felt the same way kind of with my boyfriend is a lot of people know him. And so the fact that he kind of chose me to talk to and stuff was really lucky. When he finally, because I had no way to talk to him or anything, so when finally he started sitting with me at lunch, because we had to plan when I was going to his thing, I eventually got his Snapchat, which is still like, I mean, that was monumental to me because he didn't really use, I mean, he did use Snapchat, but like not really. Like there were a bunch of things that he didn't know about it that basically I taught him. So it was kind of neat, but also he was popular enough that my friends and I felt the need to use a code name for him.
Oh, I never did that.
I remember sitting in my history teacher's class with my friend who happened to be sitting next to me, and we were talking about possible names, and I looked across from me and I saw a bottle of Lysol.
Oh.
And I did not choose Lysol.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to.
Oh no.
But then my friend was like, it was Ava, I think. Okay. And she said, how about ostrich? And I'm like, that sounds really mean.
Yeah, because it sounds like you're calling it, like he looks like an ostrich or something.
Which he doesn't, but that's what ended up sticking.
Yeah. Oh,
so that's the code name we use, and I felt really bad. But I mean, it didn't really matter that we used a code name because everyone caught on to it. Before he and I caught on to it, people would consistently ask me, hey, how's you and so? And I was just like, oh my gosh. So he and I talked like every day, hanging out at each other's houses every single day. Like, after that event, I'm not joking, there was literally a week where I went to his house every day of the week, and that was pretty much for like months. Aww. So it was really cute. And then eventually, so when I first met him, it was 3 days before his birthday. I didn't know that yet because I had just met the man. So it was really cool because he and I partnered up for a lot of things. And eventually, because I was talking to him so much, I actually asked my math teacher, I was like, hey, the next time you do the seating chart, can I sit next to so-and-so? Can I sit next to him? And she said, I'll think about it. And the next time I was in class, he and I were at a table together. And then we were always at a table together. Like every time she changed the seating chart, he and I were still always sitting next to each other at the same table.
She definitely knew.
Oh, she knew.
Because like my art teacher did the same thing with me and Seth. Like literally, I forgot I already dropped his name, so I stuttered. But literally we had like me and him talked a lot, and we had like a similar issue where she was like, it wasn't just us, but it was like the whole class, and she was gonna move us, but she saw both of us, and she gave us that look. She's like, "Do you guys want to sit next to each other?" She said, and I was like, "You're asking us? You're not just gonna move us?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm asking." I'm like, "Sure, yeah, I would love to sit next to him." And then like me and him just like were being stupid, and I don't know. We just used to like write in journals because like when we weren't allowed to talk, we would literally like write letters to each other and like pass the journal to him or to me, so we could write and still talk to each other even if we had to be quiet, because we like talking to each other. And like honestly, like I don't know, it was just so cute because like we used to pass like papers together and like get like write little poetry or whatever. I miss those sweet little moments.
Yeah, I love when teachers though are just like
They
work
the
with
students.
you. They ship the students. It's great. I love when they let you have that going for you at least.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually, I think it was New Year's Eve, and he throughout the day was kind of saying different things where he would say like, I like blah blah blah, or I like you blah blah blah, oh, as a friend blah blah blah, like he would do that. And then he and I had an entire conversation about how he was saying, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't really date in high school, and just kept like saying stuff like that. So, and every time he did that,
He would
I
look
just
at you,
felt
wouldn't
my
he?
heart sink.
Oh,
because this was at my house, by the way. He was at my house. He was staying till midnight.
That's even, no offense, that's even worse. Oh, that's so crushing.
So it was crushing my soul. And I think eventually it was kind of brought up that he had some sort of secret type of thing. And so he was like, oh, you know, it's something that I've said today already. And I'm like, well, you've said a lot of stuff today already.
I'm sorry, but that's really funny. It's like, well, you said a lot. I don't know what you're trying to hint here.
Exactly.
It's just
so
funny.
I'm like running through the list of stuff that he said, and part of me was kind of guessing what it was, and I was correct. But at the same time, I was unsure, because if I had gotten it wrong, it would have been really embarrassing. And he had already had a full conversation with me about how he would not date anyone in high school, and he specified, I like you as a friend.
Yeah, so it would make you honestly look like creepy if you said it again. I get that, because like, I don't know, I feel like I would do the same thing that you did. Be like, what? And totally guess it, because like, if I would have said anything, it would have made like the whole thing awkward.
Well, and he was kind of the same thing though, where he's like, well, if I say it and I'm wrong, because I said I should make him feel a little bit better. I said, well, I have a secret too, which technically I did because I liked him. Yeah. But then he was like, well, if I'm wrong, then it'll be embarrassing for me too. And I'm like,
how about you both?
We're this awful stalemate. And then I said that. I was like, why don't we just say it together? And he's like, no, because then you won't, like, you might not say it.
Bruh.
And I'm just like, ugh.
He made it so much more difficult.
I know. And like I said, I could already like somewhat guess what it was.
Yeah, especially on the
hesitance. I wanted to play, like I still wanted him to say it. And then I think it was a little before midnight, like maybe 10, 20 minutes before. And I think I eventually just said, you know what, screw it. And I just said, I like you. And so, sorry, my heart's kind of fluttering at this because I'm in the same room that we said it. So my heart's kind of like replaying the moment. And he said, like, you know, he like me too, or he said like, oh, so I was right. Like, like I think literally his like first reaction was, oh, so I guessed right. And I'm like, oh, great. But then he was like, oh, you know, but technically, like, I had already said it, because he said, I like you, waited as a friend. Like, but he was doing that kind of throughout the day, where he would say something like, I like you. Like, he was saying it, but then, like, pausing and then adding something else at the end. Like, oh, like, I love you. Like, you know, I love my friends. Like, stuff like that. So, I don't know. It made for such a stressful situation, but then it was really cute because he had never kissed anyone, and neither had I. But at midnight.
Were you guys kissed?
Yes, at midnight, because it was New Year's.
Yeah.
So it was our first kiss. We kissed at midnight.
That's
it was
really
really
cute.
It was really bad though. Like it was just like a quick kiss, but it was.
That's still
We
cute.
were both panicked, so it was terrible.
Rush, but it was still
yeah.
cute.
I mean, we had like a more official first kiss that was much nicer, but I don't know. It was still really adorable. I loved it. Sorry, my origin story took the entire episode.
Oh no, it's
like
fine.
I was planning on like having different like little categories about boyfriends,
we can
and that
do a
just
part
didn't
2.
happen. We should do a part 2 because I feel so
today.
bad.
Maybe not for this recording, but like definitely a different time for recording. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. But I mean, real quick, it's gonna be less than the time we need for us to say our outro. But like, real quick, since you mentioned like first kiss, I've always wanted to do. Have you ever watched the original like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like the first one?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Spider-Man kiss?
Yeah.
So I've always thought that was cute, right? And me and Seth went to this place where it was a well, I'm gonna name the place. It was Galaxy Skateland. It was just basically a skating rink for anyone who hasn't ever been there. And well, it's closed now, so I don't even think you can. I'm not sure though.
You can't.
And there was like this jungle gym thingy, right? So my boyfriend, being I always call him a sly fox because he's just very nice. He's just very like, I don't know. He's good with his pickup lines. He's very smooth with it. And it's one of the things that wins me over. I'm not gonna lie. He has charm to him. So he was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna hang upside down and you should totally kiss me. Because he was just like messing with me. And I was like, okay, I'm down. And so I did, for my first kiss with him, the Spider-Man kiss. And that, like, I don't know. Like, I've always wanted to do that. And immediately, one of the best people I've ever met in my life literally did immediately. The first kiss we ever had, my dream kiss. Like, I don't know. That's like fate, I feel like. And like, I don't want to sound like that dumb teenager being like, oh, you know, it's fate. Oh my God. But like, I don't know, 3 years since middle school, I'm just saying that's pretty good. Especially since 7th grade all the way up to sophomore year. Pretty good. But I don't know. That's just personally my own opinion. Yeah. I mean, I have a lot more stories.
I see you guys lasting. I really do.
Honestly, I hope the best for us. I really do. Like, I look forward to having like a life with him, like having my own place with him, like celebrating like holidays with him. Like, I imagine both of us like making the Christmas tree like decorated, or like us like slow dancing in a kitchen, listening to like old Christmas music. Like, I don't know. He's the type of person I could honestly see him being with my rest of my life. Like, I've had obviously like one ex and like a few crushes, and like, yeah, I mean, I thought like, oh yeah, maybe I'll be with them, but like I never was certain. I never had that like strong feeling, like that gut feeling. But Seth is the first person I can like truly say I've had a gut feeling about. Like, the first impression of him immediately was someone that I knew I was gonna be great friends with. Like, he just is that guy that like everyone loves and knows. Like, you ask any of his friends, even people who aren't even his friends will tell you the same thing. Like, that's how like amazing he is. Like, everyone just knows him for being helpful and caring, and that's one of the things I really do love about him. He has a sense of heart, you know,
which is great.
Honestly.
So, as of the day that this is being recorded, I think it's October 15th, right?
It is.
So, I think I've been with my boyfriend for 10 months, 15 days, that would be then.
Ooh, okay.
Which is good. I hope to have a long-lasting relationship, like
I could see
you and Seth.
Well, thank you. I genuinely do see you guys doing that because honestly, I mean, he hasn't mentioned much about you, but like when I mentioned that I like, took a photo of him and was going to show it to you, when he was sleeping, like in class, he was literally like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Get my good angle." He was like joking about it though, but like I can tell like he cares about you. Genuinely.
Anytime that he speaks about me, like my friend did something, like I'm gonna say it really fast. She like jokingly called me crazy. He said, "Did you just call my girlfriend crazy?" Anytime he refers to me as his girlfriend, like my heart flutters.
I get that, because it's like your title, you know. Like,
it's assurance.
It's my
reassurance.
Girlfriend. Yeah. And it's like my girlfriend. It's always the my, or like not the, it's like not the controlment of it, but like there's just something, a nice ring to it when it's my something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, should you do outro or should I?
You can do the outro if you do it really fast.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for listening to Two Idiots with a Mic. We didn't have to do it in synchronization, so don't feel bad. So I hope you enjoyed this. See ya.
Goodbye, guys. Wait for part 2.